If you've ever made a call on MTN, browsed on Airtel, used a MiFi, streamed on 4G, there is a silent giant behind it all. But this brand didn't start as a giant. It started in 1987 in a small rented room in Shenzhen, China. A former military engineer named Ren Zhengfei founded Huawei with just 21,000 yuan, barely enough to run an office. He didn't start with phones, he didn't start with 5G, he didn't even start with a global plan. He started by reselling imported telephone switches to local Chinese companies. His goal was clear, which was the fact that China needed its own telecom technology, not just foreign imports. But the name he chose showed how ambitious he truly was. According to the founder, the name Huawei came from a Chinese slogan he saw painted on a wall, 中华有为, meaning China has achievements. He took Hua to mean China and Wei to mean promising, able, and achievement. So Huawei literally carried the idea of China is able or splendid achievement. By the early 1990s, Huawei switched from reselling foreign equipment to building its own. But instead of chasing wealthy cities like Beijing or Shanghai, they went to rural villages, small towns, hard-to-reach communities. While big Western companies ignored these areas, Huawei embraced it. That decision changed everything. Huawei built slowly, quietly, and consistently. That strategy did two important things. It gave Huawei real customers that needed them, gave them time to improve their technology away from global spotlight. From 1996 to 1998, Huawei expanded from rural areas into big Chinese cities as urban telecom demand exploded. By the late 1990s, Huawei had built enough technology to look beyond China. They began selling equipment to Hong Kong and nearby markets, then moving into Asia, then moving into Russia, South America, and Africa over the next decade. Now, this is where Nigeria and the rest of Africa entered the story. As Nigeria prepared for the GSM revolution, Huawei arrived around 1999 to 2000. At that time, Nigeria was just opening up telecoms. Companies like Nokia and Ericsson were already present. New operators like MTN and Econet, now Airtel, needed equipment to build networks fast. Huawei positioned itself as cheaper than many Western vendors, flexible with financing and customization, willing to work in tough environments. Over the next 2 decades in Nigeria, Huawei helped build 2G, 3G, and 4G networks for major operators, supplied routers, switches, fiber, data centers, and cloud solutions, launched modems, MiFi devices, and later smartphones for Nigerian consumers. Nigeria became one of Huawei's most strategic markets in the world. But the expansion came with an interesting challenge: pronunciation. Non-Chinese speakers couldn't pronounce the word. In Belgium and the Netherlands, people called it Huawei. In Nigeria, some called it Hawaii. The confusion became so bad that Huawei considered changing it.